Hello, my name is Ashley, this is Faithful Rattos, and welcome or welcome back. So, in today's video, I thought I could introduce you to all of the rats that I have here. I currently have 18 rats, and I'm hoping that number is going to stay stable over the next couple of months or so. I'm not planning to get any more rats anytime soon, and I'm hoping that my oldies will continue to be good and continue in their good health, and that we won't have many losses, although that is, in fact, possible, sadly. The thing with rats is, because of their short lifespan, you do tend to have a lot more rats in your time of keeping rats than if you were keeping guinea pigs or dogs. So it is quite common to have a lot of them in a relatively short period of time compared to some animals. So yeah, the faces around here do change quite a lot, and that's why I like to make this type of video, so my followers can kind of see who's still around and what my rats' personalities are like and everything like that. So I'm going to go through them based on when I got them, so not necessarily their age, but the ones I've had the longest up until the ones I got most recently. I'm going to share with you their name, their show name, because I give all of my rats show names, even if they're never going to go to a show, what sex they are, where I got them from, what variety they are, how old they are, all that sort of stuff. So I am going to start with Stendar. He is from Kinra, and his show name is Kinra, Righteous Might. He was named from the Elder Scrolls by Rat Dad, and he is an agouti. His birthday is the 15th of July, 2023, so he's coming up to be 2 years old now. Stendar is one of those rats who is just the embodiment of the temperament that his breeder bred for. She sadly doesn't breed anymore, but he is naughty and cheeky and friendly and outgoing and busy and just wonderful, an absolutely wonderful rat. He does have a chip out of his ear, which happened when they were quite young. He had a brother who was also agouti, and they looked very, very similar. And I remember joking, oh, I wish something would happen so I could tell them apart. And that did happen. Stendar had this massive cut on his ear, and when it healed he was missing, but that did mean that I could tell him apart from his brother. His brother sadly is no longer with us. He died of a facial tumour, but he is still well and kicking. He is a little bit on the skinny side, but he's doing well. So Stendar's other brother, Asriel, his show name is Kinra the Arctic Scholar. Now Asriel is named after Lord Asriel in his Dark Materials. I absolutely love his Dark Materials. It's one of my favourite series ever, so I have had quite a few rats called that. He is also obviously going to be turning 2 on the 15th of July, which is coming up soon. And it's really weird to me that I've got so many oldies at the moment. And it's also going to be a hard couple of months, I think, as they slowly start to pass away. Asriel is much like his brother in that he's friendly and people oriented and funny and naughty and cheeky and adventurous and just a wonderful little rat. He has had quite a few respiratory infections in his life and some ear infections that has left him with a permanent head tilt. He also had to get neutered back in October time of last year because of hormonal aggression. It was actually him biting Kiryu, who we'll meet later, that caused the abscess that caused the massive wound that Kiryu had. But Asriel is a lovely boy and a very wacky, funny weirdo as well. Asriel is a Russian blue, by the way. So the next 2 rats that I got were also from Kinra, albeit a bit later on. They were the second set of girls I ever got, but the first doe kittens that I ever got. So they have been the first does that I've raised from babies all the way up until their adulthood now. And the first of those is Azura. She was also named from the Elder Scrolls by Rat Dad. Her show name is Kinra, Queen of Dawn and Dusk. She is a black Dumbo. She is a wonderfully adventurous, naughty little girl, just as all of the Kinras are. Very cheeky, very friendly. She's just a wonderful girl. I've not had any problems with her, apart from her cheekiness, that is, and she's just been absolutely wonderful. She's gorgeous, she's sweet, she's just a wonderful little rat, and I absolutely adore her. Her birthday is the 8th of February, so she turned 1 recently. She's about 15 months old now. And her sister, Godiva, I named Godiva based on a Coventry legend, and so her show name is Kinra the Maiden of Coventry. She's exactly the same age as Azora, they're from the same litter, but instead of just being a black Dumbo, Godiva is a black Rex Dumbo, and she is really sweet. She was absolutely a menace on the wheel when she was a kitten, but in all of regards, she's pretty similar to her sister. She is fun and friendly and outgoing and naughty and cheeky and adventurous. She's just wonderful. I absolutely love her. She's one of my sneaky favourites, and yeah, I absolutely love these 2 rats. They are the epitome of what I think a doe should be like, and they're just wonderful, and I really do feel super grateful to have them. The next 2 girls that I got, I rescued from Posy and Pal's rescue in Preston. It took a while to arrange going up there to get them, but I did eventually get them, and I've had them coming up a year now. So the first of those is Perdita, who we actually call Granny most of the time. Perdita is just her like a proper name, I guess. Her show name is She Who Has Been Found, because Perdita is actually a character in a Shakespeare play, and she was a lost princess basically. Now Granny, or Perdita, is actually quite old. She's about 2.5 now. We reckon her birthday is the 1st November. That's what the rescue reckons. So she's really old. She is a very faded roan Rex. I think her fur is a bit puffy. She's not really got any curl, but I do reckon that she's actually a Rex. She is 2.5 years old, but still sprightly and energetic. She's such a weird, quirky girl. She's very, very agile. She'll climb upside down and like dangle herself from like one leg. She's crazy, very into gymnastics apparently. When she goes, I definitely think there'll be a hole in the girl's cage. She is very, very different and special and unique. She doesn't particularly like to be held, but she is very friendly and she's not got a problem with people or anything like that. Now, the rat that we got with her, who I don't know if they're related or not, or if they even came from the same case when they came into the rescue, but the girl that I got with her is called Birdie. That's what we call her, but her actual name is Nocturnal. Her show name is Mistress of the Shadows, and she was also named from Elder Scrolls by Rat Dad. She's actually one of his sneaky little heart rats. She came to us quite shy and nervous, but she did slowly open up and is now a very friendly rat. She did have a choking episode not that long ago that was pretty severe, and we were quite worried about her, and she's had a couple of respiratory infections since then. She's currently on antibiotics now as well, but she is still pretty healthy, and her birthday is also in July. Her birthday is estimated to be the 9th of July, so she'll be 2 coming up as well. I did forget to mention that Granny does have a small mammary lump. She's on Finilac for that, and it's not grown very much at all. It's like the size of a blueberry, kind of, underneath her front arm. She's 2.5. I don't really expect it to bother her as it's not growing very much, but I thought I would mention that. So yeah, those are those 2 girls. They are lovely, and I'm so glad that I did eventually find a way to go up there and rescue them, because they were just lovely, and some of the last girls in the massive group of girls that Posy and Pals had to home out. The next 2 girls that I got were also actually rescues, and these are ones that I personally rescued myself. I actually have a video on my channel about that time. I rescued them from a situation where somebody had gone to buy something from Facebook Marketplace and saw this cage of 6 rats, and they didn't look like they were being taken care of very well, so she took them, and then when she got home she found out that they were boys and girls, and she just didn't know really what to do. And so one of her friends posted on the Midlands Rat Club Facebook community group, and I saw the post, and it wasn't that far away from me, so one day after work I just went up to Birmingham with another person who took 2 of the other girls, and I took these 2 girls and 2 of the boys, and the 2 boys home with me. The 2 boys I gave to my friend who lives around the corner, and I kept these 2 girls. Originally I thought I was going to foster them, but I completely changed my mind. I took them to the vet, and they both got allergen to prevent any pregnancies. One of them did spot, and the other one didn't, so I think only one of them were pregnant. Unfortunately, one of their sisters, who was taken by the other person I did the rescue with, did have a litter, but I helped to find them homes, and so that was all sorted. They had the estimated birthday of the 7th of May, so they've just turned 1, which is absolutely crazy to me that they're that old, because they were so small and underdeveloped when they came to me. So the first one of those girls is Mara. She was also named by Rat Dad from Elder Scrolls, and her show name is The Bounty of Nature. She is a black roan Dumbo. She is wonderfully adventurous and naughty and just a beautiful little rat. Rat Dad has a special place in his heart for her as well. She's just wonderful. And her sister is just as wonderful. Her sister's name is Sashimi, and we do call her Mimi for short, so Mimi and Mara. Mimi is a Russian dove roan Dumbo, I expect. The colour might be wrong, but she was a rescue, who knows. She was the one who spotted. Now, she also has something called microphthalmia, which means one of her eyes is smaller than the other. And I think she also has something going on with her other eye. It hasn't been bothering her, and I've been monitoring it for a while now. I suspect it's something called this, which causes the pupil not to be able to retract properly, but it could also be a cataract. So next time the vet comes over, I'm going to have her look at it, but she's absolutely fine. Mimi is a menace for the wheel. She doesn't let anybody else like really run on it. If she's awake and she wants to be on the wheel, she'll kick everyone else off. And she's also a lovely, wonderful, sweet little girl, and I'm really glad that I chose to rescue them. Originally, when I thought I was going to foster them and find them a new home, I don't know. I don't know why I thought I could do that, but they stayed with me and I'm really glad that they did. So the next two rats that I got were two rats from my friend Haley at Rainmaker Rattery. The first one is Grover. His show name is Rainmaker. There's half a goat in your pants, because I named Grover from the character Grover Underwood in the Percy Jackson series, which is a very, very important series to me, and it built my life the way that it is now. And I was really, really excited to name a rat this. Grover is an agouti tonkinese, which is a new variety here in the UK that has just got a provisional standard, which is super exciting. Unfortunately, Grover displayed some aggression in the intros that I attempted last week, and so he's going to be neutered in June. But other than that and a small respiratory infection, he's been absolutely fine. He's a wonderful little rat and he's absolutely gorgeous. He's very sweet. He loves doing ratty things. He's just the perfect type of rat that you could ever want in your cage. Now, his brother Kiryu was named by Rat Dad, and his show name is Rainmaker, the Dragon of Majima. He was named from the Yakuza video game series that Rat Dad really loves. Unfortunately, Kiryu is also having to get neutered along with his brother for showing aggression in intros, and this one is quite emotional for me because he was supposed to be the star of my breeding program, and it's a really big setback in my breeding program, and it's really frustrating, I guess, for me, because I've been keeping him for almost a year now and just looking forward to using him, and obviously that's not to be, and I've had to make that hard decision. But he is a very special, lovely little rat. He is probably agouti based Siamese with red eyes, although he could technically be Himalayan. We will never know. I was intrigued to know if he was Himalayan or Siamese based on the pairings we were going to do, but obviously that's not going to happen anymore. Their birthday is the 1st of July, so they're going to turn 1 on the 1st of July, and they're just lovely, great rats, super friendly, super energetic and ratty and sweet, and they're both lovely boys. Grover has actually won 3rd best pet at a show before, and yeah, they're just really lovely boys, and I'm really sad that they're going to have to be neutered, but I know it's the right decision. So that's going to happen in a couple of weeks' time. And then the day after that, I actually rehomed 2 rats from Emmyology here on YouTube, her last 2 rats after she decided that rats were just not a good fit for her anymore. Sadly, we lost Tiffin recently, about a week ago, but his brother Toast is still doing really, really well. Toast is a Burmese Dumbo, and if you've been following me for any length of time, you know Burmese is one of the varieties that I'm going to be working with when it comes to my breeding program, so I absolutely love Burmese, and the fact that he's a Dumbo as well, he's super, super cute. He is a hands-off type of rat and much prefers his own space. We do handle him for health checks and being weighed and things like that, but I'm not just going to handle him just for the fun of it because he doesn't particularly enjoy it. He is a lovely, sweet boy though. He did have to be neutered last year due to some hormonal aggression that he showed. He was actually neutered at a very similar time as Asriel. But now that he's neutered, he is absolutely a lovely boy. He's just not one for being handled and things like that, but he will come to the front and say hi and take treats and be stroked, but he doesn't really want to be picked up. His show name is Endeavour Toasted Bread. Endeavour is the rattery where he originally came from. I haven't taken him to a show because I don't think it's his thing, but all of my rats get show names, as you know, so I didn't want him to be left out. The next rat that I adopted was Cheeky, who is actually right here. I adopted her via Novigrad Rattery. That is where she came from, but she was a lone rat who needed to find a home, and I saw her post on Facebook. And I just couldn't say no. A Dumbo Rex Siamese. I just couldn't say no to her. She was a little bit chunky when I first got her, but she's slimmed down lovely now, and she's just the sweetest, sweetest, sweetest girl. She's also naughty and a little bit cheeky, as her name would suggest, but she is just an absolutely wonderful rat, and I'm so, so, so grateful that I was able to give her a home and some friends. She's just wonderful, and her previous owner was wonderful as well. And she's an absolute joy, and a real credit to her previous owner and to Abby at Novigrad. Her birthday is the 22nd of June, and she will be 2. So she's coming up to 2 as well as all of these other rats that I've mentioned coming up to 2. And I know I probably won't have a super long time with her, but I'm hoping for another good number of months to come. Cheeky's show name is Novigrad, a cheeky Christmas treat, and she's won some awards at shows as well in the pet section. The next 3 does that I got were with the intention of using them for my breeding program, and they all came from Alpha Centauri. And Estelle is down south from me, and she's a wonderful ethical breeder, and I'm so excited to have these girls with me. Their birthday is the same birthday as me, actually, the 21st of November, so they are about 6 months old now, as they just turned 6 months old a couple of days ago, and they are just wonderful. So let's start with Sophonax. Sophonax is a Wheaten Burmese, and she is licky and friendly and sweet and adventurous and naughty, a perfect rat, and she's won awards at shows. She's just an absolutely lovely girl. Her show name is Alpha Centauri, a coat of autumn leaves. She was named after a character in His Dark Materials. She was named after a demon, which is like a soul as an animal form in His Dark Materials, and the cat that she's named after is said to have lots of autumn coloured shades in her coat, and that is who I named Sophonax after. Now, Sophonax's sisters are both black-eyed Siamese, probably agouti base, and probably have a bit of golden in there because their dad was. The first one is Marissa, and her show name is Alpha Centauri, the Mother of Evil. She's named after Marissa Coulter, or Mrs. Coulter from His Dark Materials, and she is a strong female character. She is an anti-hero. She is a wonderfully complex character, and one that I don't think anyone can't be enamored by her. She's just a wonderful, wonderfully written character, and I just had to name one of my foundation rats after her because she is also the main character's mum in that series. So it is my hope that I can name one of her daughters that name of the main character of the series. And then there is Seraphina. Her show name is Alpha Centauri Witch Mother. She is a witch from His Dark Materials as well, and her full name in the series is Seraphina Peckler, but she is a lovely girl as well. Marissa and Sophonax are a little bit more bold and people focused than Seraphina is, so I'm not looking to breed Seraphina, but hopefully Marissa and Sophonax will both have babies. So we are now on the penultimate group of rats that have adopted, and that is Burdock and Beatty. They came from Novigrad Rattery quite recently. You'll have seen them in a video. I made a video, yeah. And they came here with the intention of breeding them in the future, and now that Kiryu is off the table, they are on the table, and it's because of their age that I've had to push my breeding plans a little bit back. So first, let's do Beatty, and he is named from the Hunger Games. So Beatty, his show name is Novigrad Victor of Volts. He's obviously named after the District 3 Victor Beatty Latir. He is a Russian Burmese Dumbo, which is really exciting because I really hope to get Russian Burmese out of guide standard. That is my goal. My goal is to get Russian Burmese out of guide standard. His birthday is the 9th of March, so he's about 12 weeks old now. He is a lovely, friendly, amazing little boy. He's actually won 3rd best pet at the show that I took him to, and at only 8 weeks old, which is insane. It's absolutely insane. He's such a lovely, sweet boy, and I'm so excited for his future here, hopefully to have some litters. And his cousin, I don't know how related, I'd have to look at the family trees, Burdock, who's also named from the Hunger Games. His show name is Novigrad, rooted in Covey Song. Now, I won't go into too many details about who he's named after in Hunger Games, because that is a spoiler for Sunrise on the Reaping. But just know he's named after a very important character in Sunrise on the Reaping. He is a Burmese Rex Dumbo, and over the past couple of weeks, he's gotten a lot more curly and his fur is looking a lot more Rex-like now. So I'm really excited for his future, and hopefully he will also sire some litters for me down the line. His birthday is the same, so he's about the same age. He is super sweet. He's always awake, always wanting attention. They are lovely boys, and I'm really hoping they're going to turn out a bit like Cheeky, who is their great auntie. And the last rat that I adopted was very recently. In fact, it was just about a week ago, and his name is Chetney. I adopted him because he was a lone boy and had been speaking to his owner for quite a while as his other cage mates were passing away slowly. They weren't passing away slowly, but like it was a slow process, if that makes sense. So I've been speaking to her for a couple of months. He is an agouti hooded Dumbo. He's absolutely lovely. I adore marked agoutis. So I'm so glad that I have him. He is about 22 months old, so his birthday is the 5th of July and he will turn 2. So he's another one of those rats that will turn 2 in July. And I mean, I have so many older rats here. I don't know about his backstory. I don't really know where he's from. He's not a super friendly rat. He doesn't really like to be picked up or anything like that. But he is super great with the rats and he fit in really well with the intros. And finally, he is the rat who's basically saved single-handedly the bioactive soil in my books cage, because I was getting to the end of my tether with having to dig the soil for them, and he has come along and built some of the best tunnels ever that I've seen in a long time. I haven't had books really dig in the bioactive soil since September when I lost Latka and Maccabee, so it's been a really nice thing to have him here. He's a little bit overweight, so he's gonna have to lose a bit of weight, but he has fitted right in with these boys and has made the perfect last addition for the foreseeable future. His show name is the Lupine Woodworker. He's actually named from a character in D&D series called something about rolling or dice, final roll, something like that. I don't know. I obviously didn't name him, but I did give him the show name. And yeah, so those are the 18 rats that I have here. The girls live in this cage behind me. There's 10 of them. And the boys live in a cage exactly the same as this, that's just over there. Kiwi and Grover are separate at the moment until they're neuters, and then they'll be reintroduced. But then they will live in a group of 8 over there in the boys' cage. And those are the rats of the faithful mischiefs at the moment. Hopefully in the future we'll have some little faithful babies, fingers crossed that eventually happens. But yeah, those are all of the rats that I have currently. Let me know down below, who is your favourite? Is it because of their name? Is it because of what they look like? Is it because of all of those things all together? If you have any rats, leave their names down there in the comments and tell me something about them. I would love to hear about your rats. And yeah, I hope this was a fun video to watch, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!